Yo, what is up, guys? So I'm going to showcase off some of the new hero stuff. Now, Neos Fusion, excellent card. Now, we also had some other heroes that recently came out, but we're not going to be showcasing off the new, Link hero because it's really not that good. I'll probably make a separate video about this. This is mostly going to be covering the new Neos Fusions. But basically, guys, this card in Neos Fusion is absolutely amazing. So, you can actually use cards from your hand, deck, or field as material and just special summon a Neos. Now, any of the monsters that require elemental here, Neos. And also, if the card would be returned, destroyed by battle, destroyed by card effect, you can actually banish this card instead. But there's one card that is, I would say, like a younger fan's favorite card. And it's really, not easy to pull off. It requires an elemental hero Neos plus one ultimate crystal monster, which will be Rainbow Dragon or Dark Rainbow Dragon. There's actually another target, but we won't get into that. That is like an OCD TCG argument thing. That's what an ultimate crystal monster is, by the way. But anyways, he ends up getting effect veilered here. However, the effect of this card is absolutely insane. So the effect is you can activate one of these effects per turn. One is to send one monster you control to the graveyard to shuffle everything your opponent controls into the deck as far as their monsters. The other one, it shuffles all of your spell and trap, or their spell and trap. But pretty much, guys, once this card comes out, it's game over. It's supposed to return during the end phase, but you could just use your Neos Fusion to make it so it does not actually return. So it's a very good card. Pretty much just an instant game winning card. But anyways, I'm in the set to anywhere past, not going to be doing any good. But basically what you need to do in this deck is summon two monsters, which you can easily do with the Neos connector, which I've showcased multiple times. You can assault, grab one card, and basically the card Neos Fusion, it summons a 4500 attacker that wipes the entire board, either all back row or all monsters that your opponent has. And again, we're shuffling them back into the deck. No destruction, no targeting. There's very few things that can really just counteract this, except for, I guess, effect failure. But even if you were to go over, you can protect it instantly, which I think is kind of dirty. But this is versus new Nordics. Actually, I have a duel too against new Nordics. But anyways, shoutouts to my boy Advanced Wars for hooking me up with some of these plays. Now, I do have some plays too, and I'll show you. Mine's more focused on, of course, the Neo Space Connector. But anyways, I mean, all you need to do is summon this, and it's pretty much just going to be game for the majority of decks. You activate this, I mean, the Nordic God guy is not going to be coming back at all over there. Now, like I said, I have a few replays myself. Let me go ahead and show you guys some of them. Don't mind that there's an error here. It doesn't really matter too much. So this guy, I feel like this whole Nordic thing, people were saying, dude, is so OP. Yeah, I mean, dude, shuffling it back into the deck, just it's too easy. Now, this build is not the same build. This is actually a different build. So we're going to go ahead and actually beat him with Neo Space and Grandmal. So we're going to summon the Dino Wrestler, the new connector. That's going to allow us to go straight into whatever we really want. We're going to go ahead and activate Dolphin's effect. This card had question mark attack, so it didn't matter. Bounce back the card. And obviously, the problem with the new Nordics is you literally get rid of that one synchro monster, they just instantly lose. Now I actually have a pretty good duel. I don't know which was number 2 or 3. Okay, well, it's not really anything too special against Dark Magicians. It's this one. I thought this one was really cool. This is a good play. This is going to be summoning the new, well, it's a newer fusion. It's not super new, not 2 days ago we just got a bunch of new hero stuff. It's not one of those. But this is a really good play. I mean, look at this, guys. He's got Ghost Ogre, he's got Monarch's Erupt, and also Skill Drain out on the board. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and convert contact, so we get some cards in the graveyard. Activate Hero Lives. He activates Monarch's Erupt, so that's going to go ahead and negate everything. I'm going to send Prisma as a cost, and he's going to also destroy my Prisma. Go ahead and Rhoda. We're going to activate the Miracle Contact. Here's a really good play. This is just good for any of you guys that want to play heroes. It's really important that you know how certain things interact, whether it's something that would be negated. You can chain something like Contact out. So right now, everything is negated except for monsters that are tribute summoned. So I summon this card over here, and this card lets me draw cards equal to the amount of cards my opponent controls, which is going to be 4 in this case. Summon True Dracos, you can get 5 field spell, man. It's going to be insane. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and Contact out, and that's going to let me still draw those 4 cards, and also negate 1 card. So I'm going to be able to get all my cards back, draw 4 cards, negate this card, go right back into it, attempt to do it again. Unfortunately, he also had Skill Drain, right? But I would have drawn another 4 cards and then been able to negate another card, which would have been really good. But Unfortunately, he still has the True Draco Apocalypse, which is going to end up halving all my stuff, but that's just a good little play that I wanted to kind of mention here for any of you guys that might be interested in playing this deck. This way you guys kind of get a better understanding of, you know, just certain plays in this. But yeah, halving everything kind of sucks. But also wanted to mention a really good play, because Nebula Neos gets to negate one card when he comes out. You can actually negate himself. So we're going to go ahead and activate Contact Gauge just so we can get some extra small little damage in here. We've got Moon and Mirror Shield, and like, might as well, right? Like, there's really no... actually, in this build that I was playing, I had like no back row destruction, honestly. That was kind of bad. But I feel like majority of times, like most, I would say, competitive decks don't really run any back row other than the things to negate your cards in the first place. But we're going to go ahead and just make it game over here with, of course, the Honest Neos. Now, going back to what I was talking about before, where I would say, like, I don't really play Stratos. Is it this one right here? Alright, no. Alright, the Ice Barrier duels, you guys will see that very soon. Actually, I have some, like, hype, funny moments in that one. It might be number 2. Is this... No, this one wasn't anything special over here. Actually, no, you know, I already showed that one. Was it this one? Okay. This one is just another, like, I would say more standard-ish duel. It's nothing too special, but it just shows you some of, like, the other cards in the deck. Like, Hummingbird's not too bad also. It's just other cards that you can actually play in your deck. So this one lets you discard one card to add up to 2 dragon monsters with 3,000 or more attack. And I just wanted to show you guys some variety. That way, maybe it can give you guys ideas for building your Rainbow Neos deck. Because again, I've had a lot of people ask me to do like a Rainbow Neos deck. I just very, very vividly remember like a long time ago. I think I ended up summoning it like once or twice back in Dueling Network days. But I know a lot of people really like this card, so I wanted to give you guys some more gameplay of this. And also we busted out Divine Wind, which lets you actually draw a card. It's not too bad. I would say most people probably won't be using it. But it's just another way so you can actually get Rainbow Dark Dragon in the hand. Or, I'm sorry, what was it? Yeah, you get to... What the heck? Let me mouse over the card, man. You get to add 2 monsters with 3,000 or more attack and 2,005 less defense. So yeah, that works as a target. So I believe that's his only target with it. It just lets you cycle through certain cards too. There's actually another card that I wanted to mention, which I will get into. I think I might have some gameplay footage of that that I'll cover in another video, but this one was mostly just, of course, using the new Neos Fusion to summon this card because it just shuffles everything back, and pretty much this makes it game over. So many decks just get so many effects, whether it goes to the graveyard or banished even now, but this is just back into the deck. Usually things don't get any effects if they're back into the deck. The only thing will count is just maybe like GB Hunter, but like no one plays that. But anyways, so like there's a few builds. I'm just gonna mouse over them real quick, just so you guys can maybe get an idea. There's like I said, some of these duels were from Advanced Wars, so shouts to him once again. But some of them were, of course, for my own gameplay that I showcased off that I was doing during the live stream. But anyways, this was like one of his builds that he was playing. I think this is the one that made Coral Dragon. Interesting enough, he was playing X-Saber Wayne. I think that there's much better options. For example, like just a Photon Thrasher or just a lot of other cards just to summon like an additional monster, and then you can go with Soul. You do have to play Eclipse, obviously, but I don't know. I think it's kind of worth it. Soul is just so dang good. But I'll just mouse over them real quick. But I think that majority of the times in this, because he's also playing like Dark Law, I think majority of the times, like heroes, they don't really need to go Dark Law every single turn anymore. There are certain decks that would just instantly lose when you go for Dark Law, but I wouldn't say it's like a go-to, like every single time Dark Law passes. It's just not good enough anymore. The game has gotten much faster, especially with the Kaijus and all. Almost just stalling and then just OTKing with this deck is obviously going to be the best way to play it, because this card is so safe. It protects itself basically when it comes out via Neos Fusion, and then once it comes out, you just get rid of everything anyways. So very strong stuff. And he actually had another build over here, which I'll go ahead and swap into. So his build was a little bit different. This was the one where I was playing the Melody. So you get to discard a card, which can just help out for other targets for your Miracle Contact as well. He was also playing Mass Change second. Maybe this was one that he was kind of working on because he didn't complete it. Sometimes, you know, people like to build things really fast. Now, I wanted to briefly mention this one card because we were playing it during my live stream. I think it was Neospatian. So this card is actually really good. It's called Cross Porter. It's a level 2 dark that says you can send one monster you control to the graveyard and special summon a Neospatian monster from your hand. But I mean, sometimes it is helpful because it can cycle through one card and get you that other Neospatian that you need, or it could even just be Grand Mole because Grand Mole's a pretty decent card. However, the main reason why they're playing it, it's also a warrior and it's level 2, so that's a really easy assault target. But when this card is sent to the graveyard, you get to add one Neospatian monster from your deck to your hand. The reason why that card's effect is actually specifically very important is because sometimes your convert contact can be kind of a dead card. I've noticed that, so like it really helps out with consistency and just being able to, again, just add it. And it's another dark target that I was actually just thinking about luring and stuff like that. Oh, you know what? There was one play that I wanted to show off. It's really not too insane. It was versus a Dark Magician player. Let me go ahead and show you. It's really straightforward. This is okay. If you use Destrudo, if you're wondering why Destrudo's in there, I have other gameplay here, but I feel like we should just do it for this one, and I'll probably do something more like live com while playing. But basically, Hero Lives or it's either you can use Hero Lives or anything that would put your life points at like a significant deficit. So you could also Hero Lives, Destrudo, anything that halves your life points. So this card has the effect. There's an error right here. It's supposed to actually have more attack. It's supposed to gain 4,000 attack. So this is Air Neos. Air Neos has the effect where while your life points are lower than your opponent's, this card gains attack equal to the difference. So I should be at 6,000 attack. And what happens is when I attack with this card, it's supposed to be 6,500. He ends up having Magician Navigation. So it didn't matter in this instance. But he should have taken 6,000 like if he didn't have that, right? He should have taken 6,500. And then we would contact out, and then we would actually make a game. So I'm going to go ahead and get over 1. I'm going to go ahead and contact out, get my Hummingbird over here. He's going to activate Eternal. So it doesn't really matter. It's just that little play is actually kind of important, and I didn't really cover it in like a video, and I felt like I kind of wanted to mention that. But yeah, it's just a build that I was messing around during a live stream. I don't know if I would say it's like very consistent or very like competitive. But I do like that there's all these other, like, you know, heroes. Like, in fact, Aqua Dolphin has a lot of, like, effects. I probably would rather just play, like, a Mali Assault build at the end of the day, but I don't know. I feel like I've played Assault, like, in the past couple videos, man. But, anyways, yeah, that is the new Neo stuff. Obviously, Nebula Neos, and I did show you guys, of course, Neo Space Connector, which basically is a one-card Assault, or you can go into other things like Big Eye. I had one duel with Big Eye, but it wasn't really entertaining. All I did was kept on taking his monsters. Nothing too special, but there you guys go. We have that deck. I'll mouse over this one real quick. I'll make a specific video about the Dino Wrestler because it's one of the best cards that people aren't really using right now on the TCG online. In the OCG, it's actually one of the most popular cards. But yeah, 2 different builds. Of course, utilizing the new Neos Fusion cards. Oh, Neos. There's actually 2 more. They're like what I consider not too strong, but I'll briefly mention them right here at the end of this video. There's 2 fusions. There's Nebula Neos, and then there's the Cosmo Neos. So these are the 2 new cards. Like I said, I don't think this one's like they're that insane. So this is the one where it gains 100 attack for each hero or Neospatian in the graveyard, and when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you get to actually add a spell or trap that specifically lists elements of Hero Neos and its text from your deck to your hand, which can be good. However, most of the cards, like for example Neos Fusion or the other card that lets you special summon 2 of the other Neospatians, both those cards have restrictions where you can't special summon for the rest of the turn. So like, if only man, that didn't exist, then you'd have to wait 1 turn. Like, I would rather just, if I'm using this and I'm fusing from the deck, I would rather just make Rainbow Neos anyway, so why gain 100 attack? You know, it just doesn't seem like it makes that much sense. Now, Cosmos Neos requires empty heroes plus 3 Neospatian monsters with different attributes. And anyways, if this card is special summon from the extra deck, you can activate this effect. For the rest of the turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects on the field, and your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. And then once per turn during the end phase, you get to return this card to the extra deck and then destroy all the cards. Again, I think Rainbow Neos is still the better card. You shuffle it back into the deck. So that's why, I mean, you can make these cards with, of course, the new Neos Fusion, but that's why you guys didn't see them in the gameplay here. Because why would you make these when the older card is way better? That's my thought process, but if there's any other reason, maybe there could be some really weird circumstance where you really need to destroy the cards. But again, it has more attack. It can shuffle again, shuffling back in the deck is much better than destroy. If this card had the effect where shuffle the spells and all the monsters during the end phase, then yeah, maybe a little better. You can go for this end phase, you know, shuffle everything. I don't know, I just think it's a little bit better. But anyways, that's the new Neos cards in action. Basically, the Neos connector. And then I also was playing a different fusion, but he decided to make a different build here. But anyways, thanks again, Advanced Wars. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the vid. And if you guys got any cool replays of any crazy stuff, I'd love to see them. Go ahead and feel free to send it to azneyesreplays@gmail.com. But thanks for watching, guys. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh content. And I'm signing out.